Today I'm going to show you guys how you can farm a bunch of Ghoulers in Monsterverse. The Ghoulers is the currency and you can get quite a bit of them. There's only one way to get a lot of them, but you can also claim some codes. There's some codes that do give you some Ghoulers. I'll go ahead and show you guys these codes so you can claim them. You have to go to settings and then you can put them in right here. Make sure you have these all capitalized too, otherwise they won't work. The first one is MV Homecoming, just like that, and then redeem, and it'll give you 6,000 Ghoulers along with some really cute accessories. The next one is MV 1 million, and then if you redeem this one, it will give you a crown. There is no Ghoulers in this one, but it gives you a really cute crown, so I recommend just claiming it. And then the last one is Bug Fixes 02. And then if you redeem that one, it will also give you 10,000 Ghoulers. But once you claim all of those codes, at that point you do have to grind for them. And it's not too hard. The only way you can really get a bunch of Ghoulers is to grind and find them kind of scattered around the map. And you can find them everywhere you go. But there is a place that I personally like going and personally like farming because there's a lot more. And I feel like you can get a lot more in this place. And you can either just teleport using the travel to Eerie High if you have the VIM, but if you don't have very important monster, then you can just follow me. So you want to follow the lights out of the graveyard, and while you're doing that, go ahead and grab some Ghoulers because there is some on your path. And then you just want to go to the boat, and this will take you to the train station, and then you can teleport to Eerie High. Once you are at the train station, you want to go back to him again, and he will help you travel to Eerie High. And this is where I personally love farming. But people have been asking how I farm since I did that 100k Ghouler shopping spree. It really didn't take me too long to get those Ghoulers, but I did get the double currency game pass, so that helps a lot. If you don't have that game pass, it'll probably take you twice as long, but there is a certain spot in this area that I like farming. So from the train station, you want to go down here and grab some Ghoulers while you are going this way. There's a lot of them scattered around. I just like to pick them up so I get some extra ones. And then you want to go up the stairs here, grab these Ghoulers, and there's more right there, and then just keep going until you get to the office over here. If you take this route, it should take you there. Right up here, it'll take you to the school office. Now the school office isn't a bad place to farm. There is a lot of these Ghoulers kind of scattered around in the hall in like this straight line, so it's actually really easy to grab all of these. So if you like it here, you can totally farm here. I feel like this is one of the good places you can farm. It's not personally where I do it, but it does have a lot of stuff. It kind of just depends on where you like. So you can farm in here because there is a lot, and they also spawn back really fast too. So once you collect them, they should be back again very soon. And I just continue to collect them in the hallways, and then once you're done with this side, go back to the other side, and by then the Ghoulers should have spawned back. So they spawn back really fast, which is the great thing about farming. You don't have to wait too long for them to come back. But personally, if you go to the right side, which is where the hall I'm at, and go up here to the locker graveyard, you want to go to this. The other side will take you somewhere else. This is where I like farming. I feel like there is lots and lots of Ghoulers here, and it's kind of easy once you get to the flow of things. But there is a ton to be collected here, and mostly in the hallway this way. So I like to collect all of these, and this is mainly where I farm. This is how I get most of my money, just by collecting these Ghoulers in the locker graveyard. This is my favorite place, but find a place that you like. I either recommend the one in the school, in the office, or the graveyard. I feel like the graveyard is a little better, but there is a lot of Ghoulers, and they spawn back pretty fast, so you don't have to worry about waiting for them to spawn back in there. But in here there is so many, so if you get overwhelmed by how many there is out here, maybe go inside. But if you get into a little routine and a little route that you like to take, then you should be good and collect a lot of Ghoulers. I feel like there is a lot out here, so I like farming out here. I don't have too much trouble getting a bunch of Ghoulers from this area. But I do this for a while, I collect a lot for a while, and then you can also just click on your phone and you can see how many you have collected. So far we've almost collected 2,000, which is really, really good. But like I said, I do have that game pass which doubles my currency, so it does take me a little less time to collect them. Also, make sure you are sprinting, so press shift. You go a lot faster if you sprint, so I definitely recommend that. And I also kind of like just closing up my phone and not seeing how many I make. I feel like it makes me more productive and I'm not focusing as much on how many Ghoulers I have. So I just close up my phone and run around until I get a bunch of Ghoulers. But I did test this out to see how much I could make in an hour. So I recorded myself farming and I didn't open up my phone until the end to see how many I could make. And in an hour I made a lot of Ghoulers. When I opened up my phone, I almost made 40k Ghoulers, 36,000, which is a ton. And if you don't have the Game Pass, you'll make half that amount. If you don't have the ×2 currency Game Pass, it'd be 18,000 Ghoulers in an hour, which is still really good. It does depend on how fast you are collecting too, so you might get a little bit more if you're a little faster than me, or a little less. If you're taking lots of breaks in between, then it'll probably be a little less. But I grind for about an hour and that's how many I ended up making, which is a lot. So to make 100k, it took me about 2.5 hours after doing the math, which isn't too bad. It does take a while. And if you don't have the ×2 currency Game Pass, it will be twice the amount, so like 4 hours. Still not terrible, and 100k is a lot. So you can spend it on a lot of things. I almost got the whole entire Frankenstein set from my shopping spree with 100k. So you can get a lot of cool accessories and clothes with 100k. So I feel like that's not too bad. But I do recommend buying the Game Pass if you can, especially right now because it is on sale. It's a lot cheaper. It's 20% off. It's a lot cheaper to buy it now than later. So honestly, I do recommend buying this now if you can. It'll give you a lot more Ghoulers. And I really like this Game Pass too. It's made me a lot of money, so I really, really like it and I definitely recommend it, especially later when it might be a little harder to make Ghoulers. And there's other ways to make Ghoulers too. The ×2 currency Game Pass will help a lot with that as well. So honestly, I recommend buying it if you can. But that is how I made so many Ghoulers. This method has been the best method so far because there really isn't any other ones, but later on when they add other things, there might be a better way to make them that isn't as grindy, maybe a little more fun. But for now, this is the only way you can make Ghoulers is by collecting them. At least there's a way to get them that's kind of easy, but you do have to grind to get a lot of them. If you have any other tips on how to make more Ghoulers, do let me know down below in the comments. But so far that is the best method that I've found, and the best tips is to sprint while you are doing it and to get that ×2 currency Game Pass. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you can make lots and lots of Ghoulers and buy some of your favorite things. I almost have 100k again, so I'm definitely going to be doing another shopping spree. You guys seem to really like it, and I had so much fun spending all of my Ghoulers. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!